Okay, so hello guys. So I hope na naririnig naman ako. Um, this one is the tawag dito parang solutions dun sa mga sample problems na or sa mga problems na binigay ko sa inyo. Kumbaga nagbigay ako sa inyo ng mga problema, So sabi ko, sagutan niyo lang yung mga even numbers. So therefore, ngayon, if ever may mga nalilito sa inyo regarding dun sa sinend kong lecture or rather chapter dun sa from the book of Ferdinand Singer, yung Engineering Mechanics. So I hope mas marinawan kayo using our this lecture. Okay? So before that, hanapin muna natin kung alin yung um, tawag dito. Anong item yung maganda-gandang i-present or gamitin. So of course, unahin muna natin yung pinaka-basic itong part na to. No? Yung um, pag-establish lang ng knowledge. Let's try this item. And so sabi dito, determine the forces P, F, T, and required NP required to keep the triangular frame ABC shown in figure P-3-5.5 in equilibrium. So yung tinutukoy na picture dito would be this one. Okay? So try natin. So putol-putulin ko lang tong lecture na to since na um, para at least parang tidbits ang style. Ayun. Teka. Paano ba dito mag-scroll? Uy. At, ayun. Okay. Okay, so we have now this problem. No? Alamin daw natin dito ano yung force P, ano yung force F, as well as ano yung force T na kailangan para um, yung frame na to ay maging in equilibrium. So first, of course, if you can observe our figure here, medyo deformed siya kasi galing lang siya dun sa kinam-scanner ko na na um, page sa libro. Now, siguro wag ko nitong i-drawing ulit. Okay na siguro yan. Intindi duman siguro na this one, itong P is may 1 na vertical, 3 yung horizontal niya. Ito naman F is 2 yung vertical, 3 yung horizontal. And yan, 8 feet ito, 12 feet ito. So we have 36,000 pounds here. And also 12,000 pounds here sa baba. So, in solving this problem, take note lang na yung lecture natin last time, or rather, yung sinend ko sa inyo, ang concern natin doon is yung summation ng moments. No? Yung summation ng moments natin, when we're talking about equilibrium, kailangan at any location, the summation of moments will be equivalent to 0. And yung property natin ng moments, no? Ang property natin ng moments, kung mag-summation tayo ng moments at any location, for example, at point C, no? Just for the sake of example. No, kung dito tayo mag-moment sa C, yung lahat ng forces that will act on force C o kumbaga yung mga forces na nagtatama sa force C or sa location C or sa tawag dito pivot point na C. Ito dito sa part na to, no? It is now causing no moment. Wala siyang rotation na ginagawa or hindi siya mag-cause ng any rotation. Okay? So, in this problem, Siguro gawa ulit ako ng separate sigurong figure ano kasi medyo baka arlanganin mo para drawing digdig. Sige. So dito, ang hanapin daw natin, we are to determine force P and force F. And also, we are to find the T, itong T. So given, we have this given, pangit ng sulat ko. Ito na yung mga given na figure. And then, we also have uh, we have the required as force P, force F, as well as the force T. Okay? So looking at this equation, in terms of solving this one, pag nag-summation tayo sa y, may kita nyo na may kita natin that we still have two unknowns which are P and F. Pag nag-summation naman tayo sa X, you will now have three unknowns which are P, F, and T, yung mga X component nila. So, in our initial solution dito, kailangan gumamit tayo ng mga moments. Oops, bakit nagsulat ka? Uh, Open. Okay. Teka lang, medyo na ninibago sa whiteboard. Anyway, so what can we observe here? In this case, ma-observe natin that if we perform moments at point, let's say point B, kung mag-moment kita sa point B, we can already determine what is the force T, di ba? Kasi at B, mawawala yung force P, wala rin yung force F. And also, mawawala rin itong 1,200 pounds. Matitira is itong 3,600. So let's try that one. Ayan, pwede na kita mag-pan. So, let's have the summation of moment at point B. So this one is equivalent to 0, of course, kasi nasa equilibrium siya. And let's have the positive as clockwise. So, ayan. So, 0 is equivalent to, so kung dito tayo mag-moment sa B, of course, tatama dito yung force P, tatama rin dito yung force F. So, therefore, ang kailangan natin dito is force T na lang. Diba? Force T and also itong 3,600. So, yung force T, it will cause a counterclockwise rotation. So may siyang negative T multiplied by the moment arm of 8 feet. Now yung 3,600 na nandito naman sa kabila, pag in-extend natin to, in-extend natin to dyan, so yung moment arm niya would be 12 feet. So yung 3,600, it will cause a clockwise rotation dito sa B. No? Magiging clockwise rotation din sa B. Hindi ko erase. Anyway. So, plus 3,600 multiplied by the moment arm 12 feet. Okay? So dito, transpose. So you have T times 8 equivalent sa 3,600 times 12. That is equivalent to 43,200 divide by 8. Divide both sides by 8. Cancel. So you have now the value of T as equivalent to 5,400 pounds. Let's verify kung tama ba kasi baka mali rin ako. So tama naman 5,400 pounds. Now, now that we determined what is force T, lagay natin siya sa box. How many forces na lang ang unknown? So you don't know force P and we don't know force F. However, when we perform summation, pag nag-summation na kata sa X is equivalent to 0 as well as summation sa Y as equivalent to 0, ma-observe natin na dalawa na lang yung unknown. No, magiging dalawa na lang yung unknown. Take note na may mga components na yung P. P ang rather not components but tawag dito. Kung sa triangle, nagawa na natin yung ano niya, yung parang sa ratio and proportion ng triangle. So, for force P, if we have, tawag dito, kung ganito yung P, no? This side is 1, this one is 3, and yung side na to is P. In terms of ratio and proportion, or rather Pythagorean theorem, you have 1 squared plus 3 squared, 10, square root ng 10, you have square root of 10 na lang. So you have square root of 10 here. And yung force F naman, pag ganito siya, this one is F. Meron tayong 2 dito, may 3. So 2 squared plus 3 squared, you have 2 squared plus 3 squared, parang 5 to ano? 2 squared plus 3 squared. 13 pala. Sorry naman. Mali na naman ako. So you have square root of 13 here. Butin lang na verify. No? So square root of 13. So therefore, if we perform na yung tawag dito. So since this one is Px and this one is Py, same dito, this one is Fx. I rather not Fx but Fy. And this one is Fx. Px here would be equivalent to Px over 3. This one is equivalent to P over square root of 10 by ratio and proportion. No? So, transposing 3 here, you now have Px as equivalent to 3 multiplied by P over square root of 10. No? So, that will be the value of Px. For Py, this one is equivalent to P over square root of 10. Okay? By ratio and proportion. Now dito, Fx and Fy naman dito. So you have Fx as equivalent now to what? Equivalent siya sa 3F over square root of 13. For Fy naman, you have 2F over the square root of 13. So dito na tayo ito na yung gagamitin natin. Okay? Okay, so dito na tayo maglaro. Ay, wait. Kunin natin yung figure, ano? Paste natin siya dito. Ay. Ayun, medyo nahuli lang. Ayan. So perform tayo ng summation sa X. Summation ng forces along X would be equivalent to 0. Papunta sa right and positive, of course. So we now have 0 as equivalent to, ano yung mga forces na papunta sa right? You have T plus yung X component ng F. So we have Fx plus, or rather not plus, but minus the X component of P or Px. Now, plugging in the values of this summation, knowing that T is equivalent to 5,400. No? Plug in natin. So you have 5,400 here plus yung fx natin that is equivalent to 3 over the square root of 13 f minus px, which is 3 multiplied by p all over the square root of 10. So as you can observe, we already have our first equation with two unknowns. So first equation with two unknowns, let's have now the summation of forces along y as equivalent to 0. Taking note that tataas na ngayon yung positive. So this one is equivalent to 0. Ano yung mga pataas na forces dyan? You have 3,600. Ano ba? Yung P, which is equivalent to, ano ba yan? Ay, hindi pataas ang P, pababa yung P. So we have minus P over square root of 10 minus, same sa F, ano? F is also downward. So we have 2F over square root of 13. So yung 1,200 dito, it is also downwards. Itong 1,200. So may 1,200 pa tayong minus. So this becomes now our second equation. And as you can observe, we already have two equations with two unknowns, which madali na natin itong masolve. Pero, before we solve this one, pwede siguro natin simplify muna and ilipat natin yung mga ibang bagay dito. No? Ano yung madali natin matanggal? So, siguro i-perform na natin to 3 over square root of 13 para hindi masyadong complicated. Kumbaga, ano na lang, tawag dito, more on magkaka-issue na lang siguro sa rounding off. Yun na lang yung magiging difference sa data. But okay lang yan. So, dito, we have 0 is equivalent to 5,400 plus 3 divided by the square root of 13, equivalent siya sa 0.832. 0.832F minus ito, 3 divided by the square root of 10. We have 0.9486. So sabihin natin 949. No? 0.94, ay naku. Ay. 949. Okay na yan. 949 P. For our second equation, ma-observe natin, meron pa tayong 3,600 minus 1,200. So we have here 2,400. So this is equivalent to 0 equals 2,400. So ilapat na natin yung mga values, depende sa katampad niyang variable. So unahin natin yung f, which is negative 2f over 13. So 2 divided by square root of 13. You will have 0, ay, bakong minus. Ay, bakong plus. It should be minus. So minus 0.5547. So pwede sigurong 5 na. F minus yung P, that is 1 over square root of 10, which is equivalent to 0.316 P. No? So ito, ma-observe natin that yung F siguro yung medyo madali-dali lang ma-simplify. So kailangan lang natin maging pareho sila. So what do? We multiply yung isang side ng equation by a certain variable or a certain value para maging pareho yung amount nila. So if you have 0.832, divide natin siya by 0.5555. So multiply natin by 1.499 or let's say 1.5. So let's have 0.555 times 1.58325. So eto, multiply natin to by 1.5. So this becomes 24,000 times 1.5, we get on 36 minus 0.555 times 1.5. So 832 to. Parang 8325 nito. So ayan na lang natin yung rounding off. 0.832F, no? Minus 0.316 times 1.5. Magkakaroon tayo dito ng variation sa value, but it's okay. No? 0.474. So, okay. So, subtract na lang natin to. Kumbaga wala na to. Ano? Ay, add na lang natin. Ano? Add natin tong value na to. So, you have 54,000. Ay, 54,000. 5,400. Plus 3,600, you have 9,000. Minus, so this one is 0 equals 2. Minus yung value na to, so 0.949 minus 0.47. Ilan ba to? 477 ba yan? Palimutan ko kanina. Verify ko nga. 0.316 times 1.5. 474 pala. Plus 0.949. So you will have minus 1.423 P. And manipulating this equation, you now obtain that P is equivalent to 9,000 divided by 1.423. So you will have the value of P as equivalent to 632.4.67, which is a variation because of the rounding off. So this one is in pounds. Plugging in this value dun sa equation natin, dito na lang natin ilatag. So in finding F, nanapin natin si F. Saan kaya? In finding F, you have 0 is equivalent to 54,000, 5,400 rather. Plus 3F over the square root of 13 minus 3 times 6324.67 all over the square root of 10. Okay, so multiply lang natin to by 3 divided by the square root of 10 is 6,000. So 5,400 minus 6,000, you will have this equivalent to negative 600 plus 3F over the square root of 13. Manipulating this equation, you will obtain that 600 is equivalent to 3F over the square root of 13, and therefore F is equivalent to 600 multiplied by the square root of 13 divided by 3. So you will have 600 times the square root of 13 divided by 3. So you will have F as 721.11 pounds. So verify natin kung tama tayo kasi baka mali ako. Kung naglaloloko ko na naman kayo. Ano? Tingnan natin kung saan tayo mali. Beber. So 721 yung F, yung P is 6324. Tingnan natin kung tama. 6324, close enough. 721, close enough. No, kasi nagka-issue lang tayo dun sa rounding off, which is very minimal lang naman. No? So, ayan. So, I hope na kuha to kung paano to. Kuha kung paano yung solution natin. Yung flow. So unang ginawa natin, we we create a summation sa moment dito sa point B for us to remove the force P and force F and for us to determine what is force T. Now that we know force T, we then uh, create a summation of forces along X and Y and then using two equations and two unknowns na solution sa algebra, we determine force P and force F. So another solution here is if you try to extend force F here, no? Knowing that this one is 8, no? Kung alam mong 8 ito, tapos yung nasa etong ratio natin dito is 2 over ay 2 and 3. 2 ang height, 3 ang horizontal. So therefore, yung every unit dito is 4. No, 2 over 8, rather 8 over 2. No, base dito. Base dito. So it becomes 8 over 2 and then if we extend it here wherein they will intersect at this point, ano? Ano mangyayari? So it becomes tawag dito. This is 4, 8, 12. So you have another 12 here. This one is 8. Pareho pala sila. 2, 3. No? So magka-same triangle sila. So pag nag-moment ka dito, since mga tama man dyan si T, mga tama man dyan si F, you can already determine what is force P using the relationship ng 1 over 1 and 3 and then the square root of 10. No? Although pag hiniling mo siya, pag tiningnan mo siya, meron pa siyang PY dito, meron pa siya dyan sa baba na PX. But this two can be converted into the value of P only. Sarong variable lang. Ano? P, ay rather PX as equivalent to 3 over square root of 10, P, and Y as equivalent to PY rather as equivalent to P over the square root of 10 wherein isa na lang ngayon yung variable mo. So that is another solution. Okay? Sige, solve ko talaga tarog ka tong method. Ano? Solve tong arog ka tong method. So assuming na nag-moment na tayo dito sa point P. So makuha na natin that P is 5,400. And we also know that Px is equivalent to 3 no, times P over square root of 10 and Py is equivalent to P over square root of 10. And as well as Fx is equivalent to 3 over square root of 13 F and Fy is equivalent to 2 times F over the square root of 13. So let's use those facts, no? Dito tayo. Sige. So T is equivalent to 5,400. Px is equivalent to, alam ba yun? 3 over square root of 10 P and Py is equivalent to 1 or rather P over the square root of 10. And we also have Fx as equivalent to 2, 3, so 4 plus 9, so that's square root of 13. So Fx is equivalent to 3. 3, not P, but rather F. Yes po. Nagre-record akong lecture. Bakit? Ano? Okay, going back kasi may may concern dito. Sana all concern. Anyway. So, ano na ba tayo dito? So, 3f over the square root of 13, yung kanina to, ano? And fy is equivalent to, ano ba to? Ayan, 2f over the square root of 13. So, itong t, nakuha na natin pag moment sa b. Ano, nag-moment sa b, nakuha na yung 13. Ay, nakuha na yung 5,400. And using this, itong in-extend natin na value ng f dito and yung t, no, 2 yung tawag dito, 2 yung y niya and 3 yung x. So, using ratio and proportion, we determined that yung bottom na to will intersect after 12 feet, no? So kung mag-moment tayo dito sa labas ng figure at the location ng 12 feet from point C papunta sa right, we can also determine what is force P. So what I mean is mag-summation tayo, let's say this is point D. So mag-summation tayo sa D as equivalent again to 0 and let's have clockwise as positive. Again, kahit ano kaya, kahit anong gusto nyong direction, pwede maging positive, pwedeng maging clockwise, pwedeng maging counterclockwise. So 0, so since dito tayo nag-moment, mawawala yung force F, mawawala yung force T, so you have only negative 1,200. So as you can observe, yung 1,200 dito will cause a counterclockwise motion. So 1,200 multiplied by the moment arm, 12 feet. Next, you have 3,600 dito, which is causing a clockwise moment kung dito yung pinag-uusapan natin, yung D. So magiging siyang plus 3,600 multiplied by the moment arm, 12 plus 12, you have 24. Another is PX and PY. So as you can observe dito, gawin natin ito. Ma-observe natin dito, PX is papunta doon. No, papunta doon yung PX. And PY is pababa naman. So both are causing a counterclockwise moment at this location dito sa D. So therefore, it will be minus PX multiplied by the moment arm ng PX. Kung nandito yung PX, moment arm niya is A. Minus PY with a moment arm of 12. So as you can observe, pababa yan. Ano? So plugging in the value. So ito na yung equation natin. So I hope nakuha, no? Kasi medyo madumi lang yung ano natin. Medyo madumi lang yung figure natin. So linisin natin to. Ayan. Pwede naman pala mag-erase. Hindi lang mag-erase. Anyway. So extend natin to. Extend natin siya dyan. And this one, extend natin siya dyan. So again, this one is 12 feet. This one is our location D. Kung saan tayo nagmo-moment nagmo-moment nito. And ma-observe natin, since F is hitting this location, same with T, matama siya dyan, yung force spin na lang kailangan natin. With PX downward dito, this ay PY rather, and PX na papunta doon. Okay? So, tawag dito. So, solving this problem, we now have negative 1,200 times 12. We have negative 14,400 plus ito 36,000 times 24. We have 86,400. Tapos, yung PX natin, PX is equivalent to ito, 3 over square root of 10 multiplied by P. Minus 3 over the square root of 10 multiplied by P multiplied by 8 minus yung PY, which is also P. So P over the square root of 10 multiplied by the moment arm 12. So performing the equation here, you have negative 14,400 plus 86,400. You will have 72,000. Okay? 72,000 minus, perform natin itong equation na to. So 3 times 8 divided by the square root of 10, you will have 7.589p minus again, ito, 12 divided by the square root of 10. So you have 3.794, 3.79, let's say 795p. So, idagdag na lang natin tong 7.589. You will now have the value 7,200, ay 72,000 minus 11.384p. And therefore, P becomes 72,000 divided by the value 11.384. You will now have a value of P of 6,324.8 pounds. Okay, which is the same as what we obtained kanina. So, sabi ko nga, kahit anong method pwede natin gamitin. Now, in determining force F, so isa na lang yung unknown. So, pwede na kayo mag-moment kahit saan dyan. No? Same concept lang, Px and Py kung ayaw yung, kung hindi nyo alam yung perpendicular distance niya. Px ay Fx and Fy din yung gamitin nyo, itong dalawa. And then, i-plug in nyo lang yung value na to para at least isa lang yung unknown. Okay? So I hope medyo malinaw yung lecture ko. Ang inisip ko lang malabo lang siguro yung sulat kasi gulo-gulo. Pero yun yung flow ng solution. You can solve this problem on your own also. Okay, stop ko muna yung recording and then we will solve another problem.